Hey there, everyone. This is Leo from Leo J Gym out here over at Spartan Strength in Ben Salem, PA. And what we're going to be doing today is some Viking Press training. But first of all, we need to do is set this thing up. Now, the Viking Press isn't a common implement that you would find in most commercial gyms, but if you have a power rack that's there, you can kind of jury rig one together. That'll work as long as you have the handle attachment you can do for that. So what we have over here are the safety bars that we're going to be using. Then we kind of put them at just under nipple heights because you're going to need to make sure you can pick it up. From there, we grab the barbell itself, and then we put a set of bumper plates on there, and then clip the bumper plates onto the end of the barbell, so that way it essentially becomes an anchor, as you can see over here as we're dealing with the implement, so that way it's just going to stick onto that point from there. From there, we can just throw in some weights. I'm just going to start off with a 45 to make sure that it still feels pretty good. Put the Viking Press handle onto it, and just kind of give it a press or two, just to make sure that it's in place and that it's not going to fall anywhere once you start using it. Now, before we actually start doing any kind of Viking pressing itself, I do like to start off with a bunch of squats. This is a very good workout for, well, pretty much most strongman movements that we need. I'm not going to go super heavy on it today, just some lighter 3x8 sets that are going on, just to kind of get the legs fully activated, fully worked out, and fully warmed up, because I'm going to be using a lot of leg drive for my Viking pressing. I'm not very top heavy or top strong, so for me, most of the effort when it comes to my overhead movement is going to come from the leg power that I'm going to be putting in there. So get the legs all nice and moved up, get the glutes all activated, and then get ready for the actual pressing. After we got the legs themselves completely beat up and ready to go, we actually go onto the Viking press itself, where I'm going to do some warm-ups of about 180 pounds on the pressing movement. And you might notice that I'm doing something a bit different here that you won't see from most Viking presses in strongman. I'm actually kind of doing a squat jerk of the movement over here and like dipping my knees under. This isn't generally allowed in most strongman competitions, but this one in particular does allow it, so I'm going to be utilizing it because that's just better for me. Also, a word of caution, as you're going to see here in just a moment, 10 pounds is not enough to weigh it down on the other side, as the second that I tried to add the handle on over here, the entire thing was toppled over to one side. So I had to have my husband hold down the other side and start throwing a 45-pound plate onto there before it fell onto me. Put another plate on there. Weight on there is 30 pounds, so 210. Now that we've hit ourselves the working weight, I'm actually going to equip everything on here. We're talking the belt, the arm sleeves, and of course the wrist straps to make sure that my wrists are fully protected, that my elbows are going to have a good time locking out, and I'm going to be able to press everything that I'm going to be doing over here. Having all that extra room to dip, really good for that. Come on, come on, come on. Fuck. Woo. Yep. All leg drive for me. So that's going to stop it for the Viking press that we were just doing as well. Had a lot of good overheads, I would say. Managed to hit more weight than I thought I was going to. I hit 215 there for 6-7 reps. I don't know. I have to look at the footage. I forgot. It's pretty heavy. But my overhead has improved quite a bit in the last couple of months. And I'm going to keep doing that. So that way I can have a really solid attempt come contest time, which is in, I think, 6 or 7 weeks by now is when it's going to happen. So
I'm going to be doing this every single week, 3 overhead days. Well, until next time, this is Leo from Leo's J Gym signing out. Once again, follow me down below at Leo J Gym over on Instagram and on Threads. I'll see you guys around.